So I spent about a month straight up watching One Piece and also reading after like some certain point. And just because I want to see all the hype, what is like the hype of One Piece? Is it like good or not? Because I gave One Piece a try like when I was back in grade 8 when I think around Dressrosa Saga came out in the anime, but like I couldn't get past the Syrup Village arc, which is Usopp arc. I don't know why I just stopped there, and I just came back to it after the One Piece memes. If you know what it is, you would know what it is. Can we get much higher meme? Of course. I just said, oh, you know what? One Piece seems like is something that I would enjoy. Might as well just watch it. It's not gonna be bad. I heard it was long. That's about it. I don't know what's in there, but I don't have zero expectation basically. And like a lot of people say, watch One Piece. It's really good, but like I'm just gonna give my straight up opinion now, and let's say One Piece isn't as good as people say. It's even better, okay? Holy crap. They just made I just don't know anymore. My whole life just after consuming One Piece. Oh my gosh. I did not expect how good it is actually is. Like past a certain point, maybe around Arlon Park, that's when I started realizing this is not just an anime. This is peak anime. Holy crap! I didn't know what will happen. I didn't expect like amazing things to happen. I'm just gonna move this a little bit here. Maybe there we go. But like I didn't know. Like I was expecting much. I thought One Piece is very long. How foolish am I? Holy crap. How foolish am I? After watching and reading and watching, doing both of them at the same time, I will say that it's not long enough. There's still more to do. There's still more to tell, okay? There's still stuff that I don't even know. Like the stuff that I'm still waiting for. Not just the One Piece. Like everybody knows. Oh, what's the One Piece? What's gonna be at the end of One Piece? What is the treasure? But like that is just one part of it. Like, there's so many things I want to know. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna stop right there before I geek out about One Piece. There's gonna be a whole spoilers. If you wanna, I'm gonna speak full on. I'm gonna spoil what I feel about the show. So I'm gonna have like talking about characters that probably not like known and stuff. But basically, this is full on One Piece spoiler review. If you want to watch One Piece yourself, watch it. Actually, watch it. Don't actually do what I did is eat, sleep, One Piece, repeat. Don't do that. That's legit what I did for a month. So keep that in mind. Don't do that and just take your time, okay? That being said, it was worth keeping up to One Piece, okay? Holy crap. I'm right now in the Egghead Island, I think it's called Eggman Island. Hold up, let me just go down because I do have a whole arc list because I can just talk about it. One of Egghead arc. I like Egghead arc right now, but it's too early to say anything. But I'll talk about a little bit about it later. But holy crap, like they made a lot of characters. What I thought like, it's like baseline characters into like infinitely better. Like Luffy, I thought he's just a dumb idiot. Like every shonen trope character, dumb, strong, blah 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 blah. But oh my gosh, he is more than that. It's just base, this baseline. What everybody sees is his main personality, but there's still layers below it. Just only if you watch it you would know. But like I might as well just start with every single arc because I thought about it. The easiest way to do geek about One Piece is just to talk about One Piece. So we gotta start with the East Blue Saga down to the Final Saga. Technically, the Final Saga isn't finished right now. I'm keeping up with the manga. I think it's like today or no yesterday, it released chapter 1063. But like let's just no, I'm just putting myself a bit too far right now. Okay, let me just calm down and just go back to the Dawn arc, okay, where everything starts, okay. The one with Alvida, the introduction to Zoro, introduction to Luffy and Shanks, and and the redheaded pirates. So chapter 1 or episode whatever, I don't know, because chapter 1 and episode 1 they switched around to a weird area. So let's do it manga chronologically, okay? So manga chronologically, it starts with Luffy's backstory with Shanks. It's a very good start to it. Very basic, if you understand. Of course, basic is not good. Not like bad. Okay, it's like 90. It's from the 90s, so I can't really expect much. But it does everything well. It sets up what Luffy wants to be as a pirate. It basically shows his end line, what he wants to be, compared to him now. Him, like, he's scrawny. He is very what everybody expects Luffy to be, but like that. But like, oh my gosh, like how they build up Luffy about that arc and build up Shanks was done really well. It was still crafted, and later on they even built onto chapter 1. I can't say it now because that is Wano. Like they somehow that Wano arc somehow build up chapter 1 even better. Like explaining about the Gomu Gomu fruit, like when Luffy got the Gomu Gomu no fruit or whatever it's called, the rubber fruit. Took a bite of Gum Gum. I don't know, but you get the point. Like, there's nothing really else to say because most people probably seen the Shanks and Luffy interaction. Very basic, okay? I haven't watched One Piece Red, by the way, although One Piece Red is out in America. It's not out in Australia yet, so can't really expand to the Uda backstory that much. But, then after that, I'll just move to Alvida, the first main villain. Not really a villain. She serves her purpose to introduce teenage Luffy, I would say, because he's like 16, 17 around that time. So like pre-time skip Luffy, let's say. That makes it easier to say. Then he just brings up Kobe. Kobe was a coward. Nothing much to say about him now, but he did bring Kobe up after the Zoro interaction where they go to a town with the second main villain, the Morgan from Marine. So they showed pirates being evil and Marines being a bad person. So yeah, it sets up two things. Zoro introduced, it definitely very interesting. We definitely get to see his backstory. No, did we see his backstory then? It's either Baratie or or the, I don't even remember because I'm just, you know what, I'm gonna look it up right now. When did Zoro backstory comes in? Is it Roman's Dawn or Zoro backstory chapter episode 19? So no, that's a Baratie. So it just brings out Zoro as the badass, very baseline. Of course, everything, this just starts with the main personality, the most prominent one, of course. Then they just introduced him. Also, Nami was introduced in the anime. That time I was watching the anime up to before Dressrosa. So every Dressrosa and below I've watched mostly anime. Also I did watch it some episodes in 2 times or even 4 times speed, and I still get enough information. That doesn't sound right. 4 times speed or watching anime. I don't. It's insane how much information you get in 4 times speed because of the pacing's terrible. But the pacing at the start isn't bad. Okay, it's pretty good. So Romance Dawn. Nothing much to say. Morgan was okay. Alvida was okay. It's just nothing special. It's what you expect from One Piece. when you first introduced to it. It's not amazing, you know. That's not where interesting things happen. Then Orange Town, same thing, very baseline stuff. Oh no, new threat, Buggy. Buggy. Man's a whole clown in a circus, man. He is petty. He's Buggy, okay? He's wrong place, right time. That is his whole thing. I don't even know how to talk about Buggy. Oh yeah, from the Romance Dawn arc, I just realized that Zoro, him getting lost from this dojo, that built him up with how he get lost in everywhere. Like, he's always lost. Man just can't even follow a straight line, so I don't know. So that, at least they brought up Zoro's big flaw. I mean, big flaw, but it's still funny. So let's go back to Orange Town. It introduced Nami, blah blah blah. It just very baseline. Okay, it's nothing to say about it. Okay, nothing to say until like Baratie. Okay, we're not even up to Baratie, or that is then like Syrup Village, where we brought up Usopp, another man. Usopp, he wasn't like great character yet. He was like an okay. He's bearable. Okay, that's when Syrup Village was started. Usopp having he's still like in the early stages. Also explained that Usopp's dad is Yasopp, and I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Hold up. He also in like showed a new villain guy with like the glasses and like 5 katanas on his fingers. Can't remember his name. I don't know why, but Kuro is the name that comes out first. I might be wrong. Kuro, One Piece. Yep, Kuro. So I was correct. Yeah, Kuro was the first name that came out. So yeah, Kuro was an interesting villain. He gave a big threat, like not that much, but he was there. But this is like the start of Usopp, where his lies starts becoming a little bit true, where he's able to somehow twist his lies into truths. Not everything comes up for his truths, but it's like some of the stuff he said does actually happen soon enough. But like nothing really happens in Syrup Village. I wouldn't say you should skip it, because I feel like they're just setting up to what's coming up next. So the next one is Baratie arc. What I feel about the Baratie arc is introduction to Sanji. I really like the ship they're in, like the resort. No, not resort. The restaurant. That's the word. Restaurant. I really like that arc. Something about it just feels nice. I really like how they introduced Sanji. He's also Sanji's first backstory before the Germa backstory. I definitely feel like we don't know enough about Sanji, about that scene. I feel like they was keeping it vague, but it's still interesting to just learn about it. It's like that's like Syrup. Around like Baratie is when I first like new content I've seen while I was watching One Piece or rewatching One Piece. After I like watched it, like okay, yeah, it's good. Like I enjoy it, and then suddenly Mihawk introduced, where he straight up shows his power level, fought Zoro, and first time, and I think only in the last time Zoro cried in that scene, where it's the first time I see Zoro being like respects Luffy. He's straight up it's like insane. Like Mihawk was I like how they just introduced Mihawk there. Like instead of just showing like your power level, like or power creeping, they straight up showed the strongest swordman, and straight up first thing he does, slices a whole ship apart, like a massive ship. And if you know, it's Don Krieg's ship. Nobody cares about Don Krieg. He's just there. He's just a trickster guy who lost to the Grand Line. Nothing interesting about him. But it's honestly his first mate is very interesting. I really like the first mate, man. But like Don Krieg, he is what Luffy isn't. Let's say he's trying to be. He just doesn't trust his teammates. He just throws them as sacrifices. He basically shows what would happen if Luffy just followed that path. You understand what I'm trying to say? But like Mihawk, the fight against him, how Mihawk starts to respect Zoro was very interesting. Like how his tone just changes. Oh my gosh, it is well done. Okay, that's when the start of it just happens. Then we got to talk about Arlong Park afterwards. Okay. Holy crap, Arlong Park. Where should I start with Arlong Park? It is like I'm still a little bit like iffy about like remembering about Arlong Park, but I definitely remember the highlights. I think that's the main reason why I've actually watched One Piece up to just to see Arlong Park. Like, this is the first time where we see an actual threat, not to Luffy, but like he's an actual threat, and you see Nami's backstory. Just putting Nami on the spot, just building her character up because we don't know much about Nami. She was just introduced out of nowhere, but like you show her struggles, everything about it. That's when the sad backstories happen the most. I mean, the sad backstories like beforehand, but like that's like the real sad backstory. It's like, oh my gosh, Arlong's an asshole, especially when you talk about Is it Fishman Island? Fishman Island. That it also brings up Arlong as well. Like, oh my gosh. Like, this starts talking about racism between them. I think, like, they definitely fleshed out a little bit more in Fishman Island. But, like, it is when, like, the peak ones happens. Like, Hachi, I really like Hachi. He's dumb. But, like, holy crap, we get Hachi's redemption arc later. But, like, oh my gosh, it's, like, Enigma. Like, Zoro, after getting the massive deep cut from Mihawk, somehow still able to hang on and attack. Luffy, dumb. He legit just he thought of a cool move, but he legit that's the only time he uses that move because he gets stuck. And then everybody's trying to rescue him and just get him out of the situation, but like, oh my gosh, Luffy, why would you do that? We could have just ended that early on. Oh my gosh. But man, like how Arlong versus Luffy, I'm gonna be honest, it hits. Like the final strike from Luffy. Oh my gosh, they built up to that really good. Like I'm gonna bring it up even more. Like Nami, like her backstory with her whole family or the step family, not the real family, but like it's really well built. Nami just the reason why she still has humanity no matter like what she does. She doesn't want them to get hurt, but they don't want her to just interrupt her goal where she just want to save her village, okay? But like I don't even know. I don't have like the best analytical view. I just want to talk about the best scenes, okay? Like Nami crying just to say save me, Luffy. Oh my gosh, that was okay. Oh my gosh, it's so good, okay? It's super good, okay? I'm 19 minutes in and I'm still in like not even past the Arabasta saga. Oh crap, I got a message. But like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to just say it. It's just built different, man. Like oh my gosh, like Luffy seeing what Nami done for Arlong. he gets angry, throws stuff, just breaks everything, destroys Arlong and his whole park with just one hit. That scene still one of the best scenes I've seen, and like how he brought down Arlong was amazing. Honestly, amazing. And after that, the bounty comes. Oh my gosh, this first time we see the bounty. 30 billion berries. No, 30 million berries. The bounty system, honestly, I really like the bounty system. It's one of the best things that they've done. Because bounty systems, unlike normal bounty, it's not like a power scaling. It's more of like a, what they're worth. It's something interesting. Something, it's not like a rank up, number one rank. It's just super good. Like, it just, I don't know how to explain it, but once you get it, you'll get it, okay? I'm not the best at explaining things, but like, yeah. Oh my gosh, like, Alon Park, I love Alon Park, okay? Very simple, but strongly executed, but slightly lengthy. I wish it's cut down a little bit, and just to tighten it up. But it's great, okay? I just love it, okay? Where you see, like, I'm a very impatient person, so me saying Alon Park is a bit too lengthy says about what happens later on with Wano and Dressrosa. Oh my gosh, those are so long but so good. But let's wind it back. Then we get to Reverse Mountain arc. Nothing much to say. They just just go to the mountain, go over, then introduce a certain character, Laboon. I still can't unforget Laboon. I really like Laboon, man. That whale, sad backstory. Man, I love that Laboon. Like Laboon, I like him. He's very nice, but I don't want to talk about him too much until Thriller Bark. So let's just keep going on and just keep it vague because it just sets up for the future. Okay. Let's go through Whiskey Peak, okay? Zoro versus Luffy, gotta mention that. Very fun fight. Oh yeah, Reverse Mountain also introduced the Baroque works as well. That's very important. Let's go back to Whiskey Peak. I like straight up when I went to Whiskey Peak when they celebrate Grand Line, people just going there. I knew something was suspicious about that. Something about them just feels off. And it just breaks down what Baroque Works is. Zoro, honestly, Zoro the MVP in that arc. Holy crap, that was impressive. I really liked it. Okay, like the fight scenes between Zoro versus like hundreds of Baroque's people, like Baroque Works fighters or whatever it's called. It was interesting. Like him versus like it's like I think Miss Monday, the big woman. Yeah, Zoro like absolutely destroyed her. It was so fun. Also introduced Miss Wednesday, I think. Is it Miss Wednesday or Miss Wednesday is yeah, Miss Wednesday, which is Vivi. Like when I like her. I really like Vivi. I didn't like her at the start but when I first saw her, I said her design is a bit too good, you know. Like Miss Wednesday, like in the Reverse Mountain, I just saw her design compared to the guy design. I said something's off. Then like she's like a one-off character, right? Why does she look that good? I was molding, but until like you realize she's actually a princess of Alabasta, that's when her characters gets interesting. Holy crap, I really like Vivi, okay? She's like one of the best Straw Hats, although she's like a temporary Straw Hat. Man, Vivi, really like Vivi so much. She's one of my favorites. I mean, all the Straw Hats is actually my favorites. Like, I can't choose my favorite, okay? Like, if you want to talk about my favorite character overall, I'll talk about him later, but like, let's just keep going on. Whiskey Peak, like none of them really have significant until I have to go back to Arabasta. Little Garden, introduce Elbaf and Usopp's admiration for them. Nothing much to say. Mister 3, it was introduced, and Mister 2 as well afterwards. But Mister 2, let's just don't worry about Mister 2. Oh wait, no, Mister 2 just later on, I think. It introduced Sanji being working at secretively by himself. Very interesting, but he doesn't do that much anymore, or maybe because there's not much for him to do right now. But like, it was honestly, I enjoy the arc. It wasn't the best arc. I think it's just to the start of the Elbaf arc, which is the one I want to see the most, because Usopp, I really, really like Usopp. Like, not right now. I just want to see Usopp grow even more after Elbaf. Okay, Elbaf is like, it should, if Oda doesn't just highlights Usopp the most, like make him the MVP, I don't know what will, because Elbaf, it just I basically Little Garden is just bringing up hype for Elbaf, the one just for Usopp. Okay. Apart from that, it's honestly not that great. It introduces Crocodile. I need to put the swab up. It's squeaking at the back. It's just used to just bring up Elbaf. Okay, nothing much to say. I'm just waiting for Elbaf arc to even be adapted. Then Drum Island introduced Chopper, the Doctor. Chopper is Doctor. One Piece rap. Oh man, I like One Piece rap. Is funny. I really like it. But like, Drum Island introduced Chopper, and like, it's a good arc. Wapol is a weak villain though. I gotta be honest. Nobody really cares about Wapol. Or until like later on. But like, Chopper introduced. Can't remember the doctor's name, but like the backstory with Chopper and that doctor. I can't remember his name, but he's such a cool character. Chopper. Not Tony Chopper. Hiriluk. Dr. Hiriluk. Oh my gosh, his speech, okay? The thing that made me like Hiriluk is his speech, where he talks about when someone dies. I think it's just better to watch it than me explaining it. Like, that scene it still shocks me, huh? It's something about, just something interesting about how someone just doesn't die like that. If he doesn't die when he's died, it sounds like goddamn Fate's level of writing, but it's how that he says it just brings up happiness. Okay, oh my gosh, Chopper crying at the end, seeing the Sakura bloom. That was really good, huh? Like, everything was just, that arc was very entertaining. Without Chopper's backstory, it wouldn't be like a memorable arc. It was nothing special with the attack. It's more of the emotional level where it's amazing. Like, there's nothing compared to it beforehand. Apart from like, of course, Alon Park, but that isn't the main thing. The main thing in this arc is Arabasta, which is, first time when I say it's a 10 out of 10, okay? Arabasta is like peak One Piece. Number one, I thought that was peak One Piece, okay? That was really well built. Like, Crocodile, what an amazing villain Crocodile is. Conniving, he's cold, calculated. He is such a cool character, and 3 rounds of Crocodiles to just finish him off. Honestly, deserved. He is badass, and how he falls as well, how he loses to Luffy. Oh, that like Crocodile versus Luffy round 3, okay? Amazing. They introduced Nico Robin as well, and also the polygriffs. I think it's called I can't even say the word polygriffs. The funny language, okay? The funny language. Very, very, very interesting. It just starts the world building where you just learns about Pluton. I think it's Pluton, the one, the battleship. everything was well built about it. Like the aesthetics as well. The casino, all hope is lost when they were stuck in the cage. Then Sanji, MVP Sanji saves them. What a great arc. Mr. 2. Oh my gosh, I like Mr. 2. Although he was a villain, he feels more than a villain, okay? He's I love how he acted, okay? He's a great man. I love Mr. 2. He's like I can't even he's like a good character, well built. He's probably one of my favorite out of the Baroque's work, apart from Crocodile, of course. But how he's built, amazing. 10 out of 10. Everybody gets to shine. Chopper and Usopp versus the dumb mole, the dog, and the baseball guy. Usopp 5-ton hammer. That was a fun, yeah, it was very fun. Nami versus Miss... I can't remember who she fought, but I think it's like Miss Monday or something. She fought Miss Merry Christmas. What is it again? I don't even remember. She's so forgettable, but Nami finally gets to shine with a new Climatact weapon. Very funny. I like that. She's meant to be as a party tool, but it's actually used for climate change. And you see Nami's new attacks where she's actually finally able to fight for her own. Of course, it's stick as well, but like her navigation skills finally, and also her climate prediction, or her knowledge for that finally pays off for fighting. Man, great. Zoro versus Mr. 1. Amazing fight. I love the end. Like, holy crap. Zoro's final slash was perfection, honestly. It's just built up. But the only thing that ruins it is the One Piece memes about the One Piece edits. That scene kind of gave hype for a different reason for me. Wish that didn't happen. Wish I didn't see it. But man, amazing. Vivi, I really like Vivi in that arc. Oh my gosh, the dining scene, like at the end where they're eating, funny as hell. I really like that scene. Like everything was built up to it. Like Karu, I love Karu. I never mentioned Karu yet. I really like Karu. Very funny duck. One of the best ducks. Also, the ending to Arabasta. This, honestly, great. Oh yeah, introduction to Ace as well. Ace, I always forgot Ace. Ace was so cool. I love Ace in that arc. He's such a cool character. Oh my gosh, and it also introduced the Vivi card. I think it's called the one that brings people together. Amazing. I really love that as well. Oh my gosh, Alabasta, man, it's just built different compared to everything else. Then it goes to the one after that, the Jaya arc. The Jaya arc was one of the memorable ones for me, actually. Jaya arc, I want to be honest, I really love Jaya arc compared to the Skypiea arc. Skypiea arc, very good. Like, very, very good. But, like, Jaya arc was built different, okay? Luffy versus Bellamy, okay? Amazing. You can't just... The punch is the second most satisfying punch out of all of One Piece. That punch, oh my gosh. Bringing out what's it called again? The Nolan, the Nolan the Liar. I can't remember. It's Mont Blanc. I think it's called Mont Blanc. Nolan and his ancestors, very well built. Oh yeah, they're also. But I feel like Jaya needs Skypiea to make it work. But Jaya just, it introduces Bellamy, which he is so just into the numbers of the bounty, where it shows that bounties doesn't matter. Okay. Also, introduction to Blackbeard and his speech. Amazing. And another thing I really like about it is Luffy and Zoro in the bar and just not fighting against Bellamy. That scene was something else, huh? I wasn't expecting it. I thought they were gonna have an all-out brawl, but he straight up nothing. Luffy and Zoro did nothing against them, where he doesn't care about if he just everything that Shanks and Luffy backstory was brought up back in Jai. Okay, it was such a good scene because it shows Luffy's mentality now, where he's okay with if everybody's making fun of him, but if he messes with someone's friend, it's a whole different story. Like, oh my gosh, like it's Jai is kind of like a repeat of the Shanks and Luffy backstory, but Luffy is the person who is defending for the ancestor of Mont Blanc. I can't remember his name though. Also the monkeys, I thought the monkeys were the villains just because how they built up, but they're the MVPs as well. Really like them. I really, really like the monkeys. They're funny. I like the monkey. And Skypiea, Enel's face. That's all I have to say about Skypiea. Apart from it's also the second half of Jaya, that was interesting. Poneglyphs introducing Goldie Roger, somehow able to read. Soon enough, we found out why Goldie Roger put that thing in the golden bell rings. Everything was well built. Funny thing, Luffy just punching the bell, defeating Enel. Amazing. Skypiea, just great. Like the island is great. Like everything was built, like the atmosphere, but it definitely feels a little bit too long. But Luffy, oh yeah, it also introduces observation hockey. Although they call it something else, I can't remember what they call it. Something else. My back is hurting. Sorry. That really. Annoys me. Oh. But yeah, Skypiea arc, I liked it, but it's. I feel like Skypiea arc isn't really about the story. It's more of the lore of One Piece, where how it plays from the different arcs later on. Okay, so I don't rate Skypiea as my favorite or anything, but lore wise it is one of the best. It brought up so many things. I like. It's really good. Okay, it's good in terms, but it's not One Piece good. Okay, it's like super good. I really enjoy it. Okay. But like also Nico Robin able to read poneglyphs. I think that's like Arabasta. She was introduced in Jaya. Like she was officially joined in Jaya. But like there's nothing really much to say. I think I missed one of the arcs, but it's a filler arc. Nobody cares about the filler arcs. I think around after that the weird the Dragon Mountain thing, the dumb thing. I hate that one. With the little girl that can talk. That one kind of sucks. Apart from Luffy able to speak to animals, which is actually somehow very relevant to Luffy. Okay, but after that, I learned there's fillers in anime, and I just try to avoid them. Blah blah blah. There's nothing really for me to say about Skypiea. Like it's more lore that I'm interested in. And how they brought up some stuff. Also the shells as well. I forgot the impact shells. The whole shell thingamajigs. Very interesting, but they haven't really been used that much after time skipped. Then let's just go back to Water 7 Saga. The Long Land Saga sucks. I really hate it. I didn't really like it. I read the manga for the whole thing for that one. It's way too long in the anime. It was okay. It was just comedy. But it did show that Luffy can lose. It also introduces Aokiji. That's also cool. It's probably the weakest arc. It's like it's D tier. I don't. It's not that good. But like Water 7 and Enies Lobby, post Enies Lobby arc as well. 3 of them. That's where my second peak One Piece 10 out of 10. Water 7 arc introduces Frankie, the whole. Oh my gosh. CP9, everything there. Oh my gosh, I can't even just talk about it. Like, I'm just gonna start with War 7. 300 million berries almost lost. Very funny, like that one. They want to build a new ship. Money got stolen. Usopp versus Luffy. That's when I first like Usopp, okay? Usopp versus Luffy. Just first thing, character development for Usopp. That was his first. Oh my gosh. That was probably one of the saddest fights. It was the hardest thing to watch. It's just. Usopp versus Luffy was everything I wanted for the fight. It is. I don't even know how to say it. It's just amazing. It's just great. I love how they just built it up, okay? Then Water 7 just goes long and long with the big waves. The world building for Water 7 is so cool. Found out that Frankie's mentor and also Iceberg's mentor, they're not really brothers, but they were brought together. Tom was built the Goldie Rogers ship, and it's just amazing, huh? I really enjoyed it. Like, I can't really say much about Water 7 without saying Enies Lobby as well, because I all three arcs, I just combined all three of them into one just to make it easier. Enies Lobby, Luffy versus thousands of men. Dumb, I can't remember this dumb purple hair face. He's dumb, I hate him, and he's hateable for a good reason. Soga King's theme. Oh my gosh, shooting down the flag. Year 2, Year 3. Lucy versus Luffy. Zoro versus Kaku. I think his name Kaku. Because I always get confused with Kaku and Kiku. Or Kiku. I can't remember. I know it's Kaku, but I always forget Kiku. Yeah, Kaku. Yeah. Nami versus the I can't remember her name, but the sexual harassment girl's name, the sexual harassment woman. Very fun fight. It's just great overall, huh? Asura as well. You see that from Zoro. It's just well built. Nico Robin's backstory, 4 times speed. I watched it. Very good. I slowed down to the most emotional parts. Very good. I still got all the information. Very sad. Oh my gosh, that was so sad. And oh my gosh, that was so good. I can't even mention it. Yeah, still fresh off my memory, huh? It's like amazing. I can't say much more. Just I can't even fathom how much they put time. Like the I Want to Live from Nico Robin. Like I would say it's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, probably top. Like Arabasta, like Water 7 Saga. I think it's better than Arabasta. I wasn't expecting that to be that good, but yeah, that was the start. Yeah, the post Enies Lobby arc meeting Garp, Luffy meeting Garp. I love that scene. Very funny. It's one of my favorites. Very slow. I feel like there's some filler in the post Enies Lobby arc, like Zoro and the kids. If that was filler from actual filler from the story and it wasn't in the manga, then yeah, it was unbearable to watch. I hate that scene so much. And Frankie, the Going Merry. Oh my gosh, the Going Merry is such a good character. They made me cry for a boat, man. The Going Merry, they made me cry. Then they introduced Thousand Sunny, the Coup de Burst. Oh my gosh, there's nothing I can say more about it. Then it goes to Thriller Bark. Okay. Thriller Bark, I've got to say, not as good as Water 7, but introduced one of my favorite characters, another favorite character, Brook. Man, Brook, although like everything was built up to a Thriller Bark, I feel like it starts slow, then it brings up at the end, and then the ending. Like Thriller Bark, everything was good. The fight scene was funny, but like the ending just seals it tight. It's like everything about the ending makes Thriller Bark amazing. Okay, Perona versus Usopp, amazing. I really like that scene. Chopper, the dumb big monster, orc, Luffy's orc, that was built up good. Zoro getting Shusui, I think it's called, the sword, amazing. I really like that scene. Him getting Shusui, him versus I can't remember the name, but one of the samurais from Wano introduces Wano here. Um, who else can I? And who's the name again? I can't remember. It's not Caesar Clown. Why is Caesar Clown? This is the first thing. It is I had it have his name. I know the look of his character. Thriller Bark villain. Gecko Moria. That's his name. Gecko Moria. Not a great villain, but he's okay. But he talks about Luffy like he will fail in the ground in the real life in Grand Line. That was a really good setup. Brook, really like Brook. Not, feel like his backstory really seals him tight. Like him and Laboon, like that is like really well built. Like I can talk about Laboon now because it's much better. Like him bringing up like Brook and Laboon's like his whole shit. Brook's whole ship, like relationship to Laboon, very sad. Brought up like Laboon's still waiting over 50 years. Like you can't do that, man. Like and also the song as well. Like you can't just do that, man. That was really good. Oh my gosh, that was like my heart, man. I really liked that, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. That's all I'm gonna say. Amazing scene. Oh my gosh, they introduced Kuma as well. Like, oh my gosh, that's such a good scene. Oh my gosh, I can't even, yeah. Then the Sabodi Archipelago arc. One of my favorite arcs. Slow in the middle though, but like the start and the ending. Oh my gosh. Like they did a gag with Sanji's wanted poster, very funny. But then this like I can't say anything. Like the Celestial Dragon, I hate them. Sucks. They suck. But Luffy punching the Celestial Dragon, that's the best punch in the scene. Like you can't get better than that. Okay. Then like Kuma versus the Straw Hats. That scene, I still watch that scene multiple times, man. I can't get over that scene. It's such a good scene. Like Luffy, seeing Luffy in despair, something about that just gets me. Okay, I really love that scene, and introduces the worst generation, and introduce one of my favorite characters, Law. Like Law, you can't get better than Law. Oh yeah, I miss Loketown. Loketown also introduces Smoker. And also everything, honestly, it just brought up where Goldie Roger got executed. I miss this Loketown. Very also introduces Zoro's two new swords, but after that, let's just go back to Sabodi Archipelago. Man, that's the first L they took, and holy crap, that's not the only L they took. Then the Amazon Lily arc with. That was I didn't really like Horrible Hancock until later on. I feel like she still had that cocky personality, but it was a fun arc. Family jewels. Also, first time we see Gomu Gomu working on his penis. Very very nice to know. But there's nothing else to say apart from just bringing them to Impel Town, then Marineford. Like Impel Down introduces Jinbei, starts the execution of Ace. Like that was a really fun arc. Them going deeper down to level 6. Like that was amazing. Oh my gosh, they did really well with that arc. Like the main villain or the guy, I can't remember his name, the toxic guy, very fun. Like Can't really say much about Impel Down. Oh yeah, Blackbeard recruiting allies. Just amazing arc in general. Prison escapes. I love the prison escapes. Then it brings to Marineford. What not to say about Marineford, okay? Everything I would say would sum up what I would like. You can watch like an hour video on Marineford, and that would sum up everything I feel about it. Luffy in that arc, it's so integral that there's none of his friends were with him. I'm also gonna do post war arc as well. Like, it's just well built, man. That's one of my favorite arcs. I think it's top 2 maybe. I'm still thinking Wano or Marineford. I think I like Marineford a little bit better, but Wano is up there as well. But like everything about it, Whitebeard, Shanks showing up the end, Law. Oh my gosh, that was so good, man. I don't want to say anything about it because everything already has been said by other people. It's just everything that came beforehand just ended with Marineford, and it lived up to the hype, man. The post-war arc, amazing. Just bringing up just Luffy, is everything about it. Jinbei, I love Jinbei. He's so good. I really like Jinbei. He's one of my favorite characters. I'm saying that to every single character. I'm gonna be honest. Almost every single character is my favorite character, man. No, they're well built. Then we'll go to the post-war. I already said something about that. Started the 2 years, 3D 2Y, very good. Really liked it. Then to return to Sabaody Archipelago, or return to Sabaody. I love the fake straw hats, man. That was funny. That was really fun to watch. The only painful scene was Chopper. I'm thinking that her fake ones are real. That was a little bit painful, but it's just a good introduction. Just shows the characters what they're doing now, a little bit of what they learned, how they grow the designs, and then I'm going to Fishman Island, man. Fishman Island. People didn't like Fishman Island, and it's justified because myself, I feel like it's way too long. If they cut it in half, it will be much more bearable. But yeah, Fishman Island, I really enjoyed. Like the main villain, Hody Jones. People don't like Hody Jones, but I kind of liked Hody Jones in terms of how his motivation. The only problem I don't like about him is how weak he is. If he was stronger, I would be okay with him. But I love how his environment brought up why he is what he is. The dumb drugs, like how bad the drugs are. Oh my gosh, I just like the world building in the Fishman Island. It also introduces Joy Boy. It's just a fun arc, but if they cut it in half, it would be much better because the Fishman Island, it feels more of a showcase of the power they learned from the past 2 years. So Fishman Island, it was good, more of a showcase than actual story. Then we get into it should be Punk Hazard. Punk Hazard, straight up, I love how they introduced Punk Hazard. I love how it was caused by Aokiji and one of the other characters, Suzuki, I think his name is. The big man with magma. Interesting. Dragons, Caesar Clown. He's better as a comedic side character than a villain himself. The big kids, Law versus one of the first handmaids of Don Flamingo. That was like that cut. That was so good. Like, I can't really say much about it, man. It's just a well built arc. It's not like the best ones. It still feels like a like, you know, a setup to Dressrosa. Like Dressrosa, I need to look. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Dressrosa and the second one afterwards. So Whole Cake. I need to rewatch them because I kind of wanted to power through them in a day, so I finished Dressrosa Saga and Whole Cake Island Saga too quickly, so they took me a day. Reading manga. I think I want to slow down in the near future just to sink it in. But let's talk about Dressrosa Saga, Senior Pink. Senior Pink, straight up saying Senior Pink. How can they make a dumb character so sympathetic? How did they make it? How did they do it? How did they do it? Why did I like Senior Pink in that scene? Oh my gosh, how did they do it? They just support him. Oh my god, like Senior Pink. I just can't think about Dressrosa without saying Senior Pink. And Usopp versus Sugar. Oh my gosh, that scene. Oh my gosh. Amazing, honestly. I love how they hated Usopp in that scene. And also, like, Doflamingo, amazing villain. Like top tier villain. Like, same as Crocodile level of villain. That's such a cool thing. Took all one day, still shocked how to do it in all one day. Law and Luffy versus Doflamingo was amazing. Gear 4 was introduced. I really love Law. Law is one of my favorite characters as well. Probably my favorite character overall. But let's just don't worry about it. It was just built. The Colosseum, the Grand Fleet. Oh my gosh, that is such a good one, which I should rewatch. Although it's a little bit similar to Arabasta, which people say. Still amazing though. It's same story, two different ways to build the same story, okay? It's just the what if scenario here, and like everything about it was built really well. Usopp versus Sugar, still one of the funniest scenes. I can't get over that scene. God Usopp was introduced. Oh my gosh. The 5 stars on Usopp predicting his after the post Wano bounty. Amazing. Like nothing else I can say because I need to rewatch it. Zoro arc, honestly, Zoro arc was okay. It was just built up to Whole Cake and also Wano. Serviceable, shows the Minks, the alliance with the pirates, Minks, Samurai Ninja. Way too long. I forgot to mention about the samurais in Punk Hazard and bringing up Wano. Love Wano, by the way, but let's not talk about Wano yet. But it's just well built, man. Carrot was introduced. Whole Cake Island. Let's just bring to Whole Cake Island because that's where it really matters. Sanji finally get his real backstory, where he is. Germa. It's like how Sanji somehow made Pudding fall in love. Katakuri versus Luffy. That was so good. This Katakuri, I feel like he's not really a villain. He's more of an antagonist. He is such a cool character, okay? Oh my gosh. Like, it's such a good show. It's just a good show. Katakuri is such a good character. Oh my god. I really like Katakuri. And it shows Luffy finally hitting the 1.5 billion as well. He caused chaos to Whole Cake Island in general. The Mirror sister, really like her. Like, although she seems like a bad person, like evil for the sake of evil, but she's probably the best sister out of the whole Big Mama arc. Apart from some other ones I mentioned probably one of the sisters from Thriller Bark. Like, I haven't talked about the 4 emperors: Shanks, Kaido, Blackbeard / Whitebeard, and also Kaido, Whitebeard, Big Mom. I don't know why I forgot Big Mom. Shanks. I don't even remember which one I forgot. It doesn't matter. That was very interesting. But like Whole Cake Island, it's just Sanji, man. Sanji's backstory, everything about him, so cool. Beach as well. Is it Beach? BGE. That guy. He's such a cool character. Really liked him in there. He's one of the worst generation people. Amazing. Built up really well. Need to reread it. Then we get to Wano, man. No, Lovely. I really like Leveling, man. Leveling is just nice, simple world building. Let's see what happens in the world. What's gonna happen? Great. That's all you need to know. Wano. I don't really want to talk too much about Wano. I feel like I'm already at the 1 hour mark. Wano, amazing. Law was amazing. Luffy was amazing. Kid was amazing. The prison scene, although it feels weird, I really like. Kaido was a really good villain. Gear 5, bringing up what Joy Boy is, bringing up just enhancing the first chapter. Amazing. Everything about it. I kind of switched between anime and manga for Wano just because Wano isn't finished in the anime. Amazing. It's just great, man. It brought up Ryunosuke's place. I can't remember Momozuki. There's a trader in the group. Okiku. Really like Okiku. So, I got debated. Yamato. Hopefully Yamato does actually become a crew maybe at the end. Really like Yamato. She's or he, it doesn't really matter. I really like Yamato in general. She's one of my favorite characters. Also very hot. Gotta be honest, but her body is really good. The infiltration to Onigashima, amazing. Zoro in that arc, Hole in Wano, great. Like I can't say much about it. It's just I don't even. I'm just trying to talk about One Piece, man, and I just can't. That's really hard. It's just so good. I have nothing else to say, man. Wano was good. Egghead. Also pretty decent from what we see, just bringing up a lot more things. I have nothing else to say about it. Also, I really like every episode that shows Bounty, Bartholomew, Bartholomew, I can't really say his name. Like, he's basically every One Piece character, One Piece fan. Amazing. Cavendish, I think his name. Great. A lot of things great about it. I did say Law is my favorite character, and the reason why is his backstory is so sad, number one, but that doesn't really matter. It's just his character. He's like the child who's trying to act cool, like cool as teenagers. He's such a cool character, but he still has the childlike wonder like Luffy and stuff. He's also very the end of Wano, Kid, Law, and Luffy, man, they legit just said, you know what? Who's a pussy there? Who? Oh, let's take the easy route. Let's take the normal route. But they just say no. Let's just go down the waterfall, and I just like Law, man. I love how he. The one thing I don't like about him is he hates bread. I love bread, man. Bread is good. What's wrong with bread? But man, OP fruit also amazing. Honestly, the thing that sold Law for me, it was the cut from the final strike from Punk Hazard. Amazing. Just a lot of things in One Piece. I really want to watch One Piece Red with Uto, but I guess I have to wait until it comes at November. Just everything about it, man. Ranking Straw Hats, if I want to do that, no, I won't because really hard. Why not also finally have Jinbei in the crew? Love Jinbei. I like how he just a bit too clueless. He doesn't know their traits yet. He's just there. Nami hits people quite a lot, but this time it's very justified. Brook, I really like Brook. He's just very fun to watch. Frankie, super love him. Zoro, amazing character, badass. Still want I can't explain. He's just his loyalty to Luffy. It's amazing. Sanji, oh my gosh, Sanji. Man loves women, but man, he's such a cool character. Although I feel like Wano finally introduced some power scaling for Sanji, making him a lot stronger. Man, when the first time he showed his Diablo foot, that was such a cool scene. Him versus one of the characters, can't remember his name, but the Diablo foot was so cool. Man, just his flaming legs. I can't say much about it, man. His new powers, amazing in Wano. Him versus Queen. Chopper, his beast form. Oh my gosh, the beast form is such a cool character. Kung Fu Point, I really like the Kung Fu Point. Chopper in general is a fun character, but he definitely feels the most complete out of all the characters. Usopp, amazing. Feel like there's still things left for Usopp to grow. So Usopp, I'm just waiting for him to grow even more. Nico Robin, the devil child from Wano, where she becomes a demon. That's amazing. I love Nico Robin, really great. I already mentioned Nami, she's really great with her Arlong Park like arc. She's also a great. She is such a cool character, and also Climax, like everything about it. Zeus as well, kidnapping Zeus. Her manipulation is top game. Luffy, a shocker. Like Luffy was he's every shonen character, but he still has layers of depth to him. But his main personality, happy-go-lucky, strong man, big man, with the Gomu Gomu no fruit or the Zone Zone type fruit, amazing. Thriller Bark, I forgot the funniest line. Hot master swordsman with meat. That was really good. And the funny thing is, it actually comes up to be true. That is even funnier. Who else am I missing? So Sanji, Nami, Zoro, Usopp, Jinbei, Brook, Frankie. That's Luffy. Nico Robin, Chopper. I think that's 10. Let's just put it in order. Just to make me remember. Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, Sanji, Nami. There's Chopper, Nico, Robin, Frankie, Brook, and Jinbei. Yeah. Like, it's a strong cast, man. Like, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just gonna end it here because I'm losing myself. I just want to consume more One Piece, man. Shanks is also cool as well. I really like Shanks. Like, everything about it. I can't really say much about it just because a lot of things have been said, and I'm really bad at improvising. But, man, One Piece was much better than I thought, and then, I'm gonna be honest. One Piece, like, it's one of my favorite shonens now. It's probably best shonen anime. Probably not my favorite, but it's definitely top 5 now. One Piece, I can't wait until like the final saga's finished because I have high expectation for it, and I'm hopefully it just able to make it just sticks the landing. Okay, or I'm gonna say One Piece better than I expected. Probably 9 to 10 out of 10.